What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over what's happening with Solana's price, and I'll be actually talking to you a little bit as to why what I'm seeing isn't all that bad, all of which will make sense in a little while here. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana on up to 50x leverage without needing the KYC, meaning you don't have to give them any of your personal information, check out my Margex link down in the description below. You can do some trading on Margex without needing a KYC, without needing to use a VPN, and you will get up to $10,000 in bonuses when you sign up with just my link down in the description. So make sure you go check that out if you want to be a part of that. Now, looking at Solana here, let's get up onto our Solana charts. What we can see is that Solana has been pulling back. Now, we talked over on the second channel earlier today about why this market is pulling back, and realistically, there's not much control that we have over this, but we just have to be able to react and respond to what is happening here. And what we saw and what we talked about in the last Solana video from the last few days was that, listen, there is a chance Solana loses this battle at this resistance zone, and its price starts to come towards the downside. It starts to pull back off of this, trying to find support to reattempt back to the upside. And I said that's a very possible thing. I didn't say probable, but I said possible, and that's where we are right now. But I said in the beginning of this video that although Solana's price is down a couple percentages today, that I'm actually not all that concerned. Now, matter of fact, not only am I not all that concerned, I'm actually doing some buying on some Solana, and let me explain why. So the reason I'm buying Solana right now is because of the structure. The reason I'm buying Solana right now is because of the structure. And Tyler, what do you mean by that? Well, what we can see is that as Solana's price is starting to pull back towards the downside, something is happening. As Solana's price is pulling back towards the downside, we are starting to get the early formations of what easily could be, as many people believe to be, an inverse head and shoulders. Or we could call it what many people would be a cup. And if, Solana's price returns back up towards that trend, we of course could see the handle. If Solana's price continues much lower, we could call it a two-sided double bottom. And oftentimes a two-sided, two-flip, double flip, they call them a whole bunch of things. But what they look like is a tiny move, a big move, a big move, a tiny move. They look like that. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. But it's giving us all of the early signs that some sort of bullish structure is forming within this range. And because of this, what I'm personally thinking is that there's a very good chance that October, November, December is bullish. There's a lot of catalysts on the way. And it seems as if we could be in the early stages, especially if Solana finds some support right here, for Solana to build up some beautiful, beautiful bullish macro structure and use that macro structure to finally get a breakout of this range in which we have been in for the last few months. If there was ever a setup that looked damn good, this is a setup that looks damn good. Now, obviously, the structure isn't complete yet. The structure isn't formed yet, but obviously, it won't be formed till it's formed. And so what I'm doing is saying, well, listen, we're in the red right now. Everyone's a little bit fearful, a little uncertain about the market, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of buying. Because at the end of the day, one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to be right, and Solana is going to form some sort of bullish structure, whether it's this one, whether it's that inverse head and shoulders, whether it's, again, that cup and handle, which would be roughly the same thing, whether it's that double flip or double-sided double bottom, which looks like this, or whether it's just maybe a normal double bottom, right? Maybe something like that. I'm going to be right, and it's going to build some sort of macro structure. All of those have a breakout target that usually would be the same. It's equidistant from the top to the bottom side of the range. So all of those would lead Solana to break up towards $215 to $220. That's option one. Or option number two is that Solana's price is just going to come back, try to find some support around the bottom side support zone right here, very likely find some support, and can try to make the move back up towards the top side eventually at some given point. I genuinely believe those are the only two realistic options here. I don't think Solana is going to go below $110. I don't think Solana is going to go below $100. If it didn't happen this summer, I just don't see why it would happen now unless World War III literally gets declared, right? And so because of that, I have no problem buying right here, because whether we come back down here or whether we come right here, I do genuinely believe Solana is going to try to make this move back up towards this green box at some given point, and buying right now will clearly be in profit. Buying right now, that looks like a gain of anywhere from 25 to 30%. So why would I not want to do that? The best case scenario is that it does start building the structure right now, and we get that move sooner than later. The worst case scenario, or the worst realistic scenario, is that Solana makes a move of some sort of, move of this nature, and towards December or January, we make that move to the upside, and I'm still in profit from the purchases done now. But I have bullish conviction, and that's just the truth of the matter. And so because of that, where I'm at with Solana right now is, okay, great, I get to buy a little bit of Solana while it's building up some support. I get to buy some Solana while we are in a dip. This might be one of the last dips and last pullbacks in the grand scheme of things in this range in which we're in before Solana tries to make that move. If I'm right and Solana does do say something like this, for example, this will have been one of the last dips in which we've gotten for Solana around this price. So why would I not want to take advantage of that? And so overall, I am bullish. I am full of conviction that this is going to be one of the last dips. And because of that, I'm doing some buying. Now, as I mentioned before, if everything that's happening in the Middle East escalates terribly, and I mean much, much, much worse than this, clearly Solana is going to just dump. The rest of the market's going to dump, and the purchase I did just now is going to go to absolute shit. That's just what's going to happen. I can't control that. So I'm not even going to try to think too much about things I can't control. I'm only going to act on the things I can control and what I've seen from the history that I have, the last 3 to 4 years of being in Solana. And so overall, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana yourself, buy some Solana yourself while we are on this pullback, you can use my Margex link down in the description below. Remember, no KYC, no VPN necessary, up to $10,000 in bonuses with that link down there. So check that out. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about this video down in the comments below. Do you agree? Are you worried? Are you scared? Are you buying, selling, holding, longing, shorting? What's your goal? What's your game plan down there? And don't forget, one last thing, you can check out my second channel if you do want some more news, updates, things of that nature. But of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.